Welcome back to Barely D&D, your sort of Dungeons and Dragons podcast. We are a podcast about Dungeons and Dragons and sometimes other stuff because we all have undiagnosed ADHD. So,
no. I'm diagnosed, thank
Landon
you very much.
is diagnosed.
I've never been diagnosed for anything, so.
Oh.
Well, that's not true.
So anyway, not a cold. Anyway, I'm eating popcorn with chopsticks, and it's giving second episode energy because we're all having a good old time, and
not to give
it's a good time.
Too much second episode energy, but I was like, I've never been diagnosed with anything, and then I went, oh, that's not true, and you went a cold. In my brain, I thought depression, and that's what.
God.
Anyway, guys, I turned off the light so it's so that it's only the center light, so it's much more dramatic for this session.
I love it.
That's scary.
Zach's giving spooky count vibes.
Also,
I'm excited.
I would
love to meet the Count, and he's really just like the Count from Sesame Street, and he just gives a facade of being an evil Count.
That's phenomenal, actually, and I hope I see some memes about that this session. Okay, so this is the Accidental Adventures. That got Landon's attention. The letter question for today.
What did?
I
what
remember
happened?
it's nothing. It was just a throwaway joke. I remember the letter question super well, but just to test Abby, what was it again?
Who is the character that would gives the most leverage?
Wait, what if we that?
Oh, actually, I think I do remember now.
If the Count really wanted to hurt you, who would he go after first, basically?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, which character gives the Count the most
Although,
leverage?
by us doing this, Zach could totally be like,
Guys,
and then do that right before the episode.
I feel like he's already got this planned out.
I have my plot.
No,
You're good.
I know. It was a joke.
And a good joke. Let's start with Lando. Do you feel ready? You don't have to be.
I know mine.
I think I don't know mine. Let's go with Ro
well, yeah, Jackie's enthusiastic. Let's do this. Also, Micah's asleep.
So I think like if it
Sirloin
was
crotch.
No. If it was one of those things where like somehow the Count could like actually like not like him guessing, but like somehow he could see like her inner, like brain of who it would actually affect, you know what I'm saying, right? Like not what she would say on the outside, but like who she really feels. I think it would be Spagoober. She cares that much for Spagoober because he is basically like the embodiment to her of like pure good and innocence, and like just there's no bad bone in his body, and she's seen so many of that, of like gray areas and everything. And I think for something,
that's an idyllic person, that's like a pretty important anchor in her life.
And
that's
for
a cool
something to happen to him would, I think, devastate her more than anyone else, except obviously like a party member.
Right. Jackie, that's a cool answer because it's like you gave an answer about Ro, but you're also kind of giving an answer about her worldview. That like to hurt Spagoober is to damage Ro's view of the world. And that's kind of sick that you gave that as an answer. That's a really cool answer, dude. Gretta. Also, who's the DM NPC?
Oh.
That's the Ood.
The Count. The Count. Who would the Count?
Himself.
Who does the Count love the most?
Guys, what?
Who would the Count
that doesn't
go
make any
after?
sense. Can you pick a different one?
You just don't answer the question. You're too scared.
It doesn't make any sense.
It does make
If
sense.
there was another Count,
It doesn't
and
make sense.
He wanted her to get to the Count.
Yeah.
If there was another Count.
Themnin.
I'll do the Count if you want. I just don't
I feel
understand.
like we always choose Themnin.
I know we always
Because
choose
he's
Themnin.
interesting.
Just because you think he's a hot character, Jackie, doesn't mean we can always choose him.
He's a morally gray man in a fantasy setting.
Jackie's only notes next to feminine in her notes after all that writing is just Zaddy written like 50 times. That's it. She's not.
I'm not even denying.
But seriously, who's the DM NPC?
I would love to hear Bessa Oud. Who does she love?
Okay, Bessa Oud it is. Her. Understood. Didn't know she was gonna. I should have known.
It's her poop knife.
Who's Gretta's?
Obviously, Tello. Is that an answer that I can choose?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Obviously, Tello. Obviously, before Tello, it would have been Walter, and she's just, yeah.
It's the way that Gretta and Tello have come to love each other is so sweet. It's one of my favorite things about this campaign. The way that they're just buds. I fucking love it.
I feel like you don't see
Yeah. Well, and I mean, they're a weird fit visually just because she's so much older. But like romances are so ubiquitous in fiction that like two characters of any gender who get close just must be romanced. That like a friendship like that is.
Yeah, but I think it's beautiful because it's like you don't see generationally.
Yes, that's
strong friendship. That's not like a mentor situation. Like they're just friends. They're not mentoring each other. I mean, they are in the way that friends do, but not in the way that like Gandalf or
totally.
I think they're also it's like rare in the fact that there's not a romance, but also the age difference I think is really interesting.
It's like Nick Abby, and that guy in the park in New Girl.
Yeah.
Jackie,
holy crap, dude, that was amazing. Do you have inspiration?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I give it out way too much. But Abby, thank you for saying the thing after I said my thing, interrupting you. I'm so sorry. Because I think that's a more impressive thing you said. I think what's so great about Gretta and Tello's relationship is that it skips so many of the things it by genre convention should be. Like, two characters like each other, romance, no. Two different generations, mentorship, no. And it's just this relationship that is nothing but a relationship. They're just two people who care about each other a ton. And nothing else matters than that. They understand each other and they care about each other. And it's their friendship just feels so genuine. I like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Bazz.
I honestly think Bozz's answer would just be anybody. And I think it's because like if he said, "Hey, here's a person, here's who they were. I killed them because of you." I feel like it would hurt no matter if it was his family or a random person on the street who was just living their life. I think it honestly kind of exhausts Bazz a little bit and is really annoying when they're like, "I'm going to come after your family." I feel like he's like, okay,
yeah.
That's
I totally
that would suck. Like that would
everybody
that would destroy
has a family.
him. Yeah. But I think honestly, it just knowing that anybody died because of his actions or that someone hurt somebody innocent just to spite Bazz would have the same cataclysmic effect on him. Like,
yeah. And he is a really philosophical dude, so the idea that like that's not just an idea to him, but so close to his heart makes sense.
Yeah, it would be anybody. It would be anybody.
Dang, Landon. Killer answer, dude. That's heartbreaking.
You like it so much, give me inspiration. You like it so much, give me inspiration. I don't want to hear just words today. I don't. If you want to back it up, you better come. You better come to fight. That's what I'm saying. You liked it?
You guys picked Bessa Oud.
Yes, we did.
I will answer the question honestly. Her husband. I am taking no further questions. Yeah, she would.
Lovely.
The death of her husband would ruin her.
Poor Bessa.
A long distance relationship. So.
Interesting.
Are we ready to rickety rock and roll?
Yeah.
I guess so.
I pressed record, right? We're recording?
Oh God, I hope so. Yeah, you
Yeah,
did.
I'm pretty sure you did.
For just a second there, I really doubted
Stop
myself.
asking scary questions.
Oh. We're just getting started. Okay, so first of all, this session is going to start by me admitting something to you. There is a non-zero... I had two possible titles for this session. One, you guys making very clear to me on break what your intent for this session was very helpful, so thank you. That's super helpful. But two, I'm just going to be really vulnerable and admit that one of my titles for this session was the pun counting on it. And last session, when Landon already made that joke, I was like... Can't use that anymore. He already made it. No, don't feel bad. The other title's better. But I'm going to admit that I made a pun that dumb, and that was going to be the title. But instead, we're going with a dramatic
Dumb
title.
minds think alike, Zach.
It sounds
Dumb
like
mind,
a pun.
sisters.
Sisters. Sis does.
I had another encounter with the sis today. But anyway, the new title.
What do I see? Oh, sorry. Are we getting the title? I thought we were at this castle.
What is that?
Sorry, man, it's coming in hot. The new title will be much more thematic and dramatic. So this is a level 13 adventure. The date is 34. 88. It is C Hadron the 22nd. And not them, maybe, unless you guys want a time jump. We'll come to that in a second. And this is episode 149 for the note-taking nerds of the Accidental Adventures Dinner with the Devil.
Oh, that's good.
What if he's a vampire and Tello's a vampire thrall?
That's such a good twist. Holy crap. That would be nuts. I think that probably would have come up in your Detect Magics somehow, but that's sick.
Here to drink your blood.
Also, the sunlight.
You would have had
not be good
necromancy
for him.
Yeah. But a cool idea. Man, the idea, man.
Well, no, a thrall is different than a spawn.
I know, but I still think I don't know. Would you get undead aura off of them? Actually, you know what? I know why you wouldn't, because Craig has done Detect Good and Evil multiple times, and he would have picked that up.
Yeah, you're right.
Anywho.
I'm watching you, DM boy. I know all your tips. I know your secrets.
Guys. That warmed my heart. It's been way too long since somebody accusingly called me DM boy. I love it. So I'm actually just going to open with what you guys
DM
do.
boy earlier.
Where are the drugs going? Sorry.
I said dance, DM boy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jack. You got
should
inspiration.
be.
Do you guys want it to be Natem? Or do you want it to
Tomorrow.
just be the next day? Up to you.
Bless you.
Group vote.
In a world, if we could do like an office hours where I get to go talk to Nathan and the mayor and just say that happened and we do that some other time.
Do you want that to be a very brief? You won't miss. We have time. Do you want that to be a very brief thing at the moment of the session, and then it's the next day?
I may hop off earlier than everybody else just because it's so late. So I would prefer to get onto the meat and potatoes.
Okay. Well, then how about I just narratively address that really quickly? Bazz, is everyone else cool with this time skip jump? Okay, cool. In the course, I will put a song on. In the course of the day's passage, as you go to investigate Nethin's goods, you find that Nethin's goods, it is hard to tell at first because, excuse me, why am I so gassy today? Probably the nerves. That Nethin's goods it's a little hard to tell because it was never in good condition, but you find that it is not occupied currently. In fact, there is a sign over the door talking about transfer of ownership. And when you inquire a little bit with townspeople, they let you know that Nethin has been dead for 7 months.
No. Are his glasses there?
You find that he was found in his shop, and he was given what all citizens of Lagath who do not have any money or prearranged funeral rites were given, which is simply a burial at sea. And so he died 7 months ago.
His shop when he hears it. He tries to see if he can still smell the bread at all, like any lasting smells.
The scent is long gone, washed away by the overbearing brine of the ocean, as so many things in Lagath are.
Okay.
In the ocean, you find that the ocean has taken Nethin in the way that time has taken this town.
Boss takes a couple of his tears and wipes them on the frame of the door, and then goes back to the tavern to see if he can find the mayor.
Okay. Let's just say I pulled up my session notes from Adventure 1 of the Accidental Adventures.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Which, listeners, was titled Adventure 1 of... It wasn't episode, it was Adventure, because we weren't recording. Adventure 1 of Brian and Bob.
Oh, that was a whole conversation. Do we call them episodes or adventures?
Mm-hmm.
I remember that conversation.
And so, pulling up my notes, I can give you the name. We can make this short order as well, as we just keep moving. Bazz, you meet up with Matilda Agaranth. That was her name. Matilda Agaranth was the orcish woman who was the owner of the tavern here. The Mudfish was the name of the tavern. the very, very rough tavern. And not rough like the broken tankard from Alabon. Rough is in just bad condition. Well loved by the town, but bad condition. Matilda is not the formal mayor, but as she was then, she is now the de facto mayor of the town, because she's just considered the town leader, both because of her financial sway and also because she's just an imposing personality. When she sees you all, she's very glad to see you. You can tell that immediately she's trying to make some sort of a financial gain from your return to the town. But is there anything... We'll short order this. We won't get lost in roleplay. Is there anything in particular that you want from her or try to communicate with her or anything like that?
I was just gonna try to catch up over the town, and I wanted to hear how it went with the Kuatoa after we saved them. I wanted to hear how this happened, how this came to be, because they were a little uncertain about them. So I was curious to hear how it got so well.
Absolutely. Jackie, the name of the tavern was the Mudfish.
The Mudfish. Nice.
Yes. An interesting moniker as well, because Lagath is a place without a lot of mud. It's mostly like broken stone in the streets. So an interesting title. Bazz, she recounts proudly that the town considers themselves people of a new age. You, Bazz, you can tell. Why don't you make an insight check for me?
It was believed by pleasure.
Okay,
What?
I had not thought of it that way, actually.
I was trying to evoke Tiny Chef there.
Oh.
Hold
me closer, tiny chef.
That I rolled not well. 11.
Okay. Well, what you can tell simply enough from her demeanor, what you gain in the simplest way. You're not very familiar with this character. You spent time with her a very long time ago, and not a lot. But you can tell that she's overcompensating a little. And we'll just say with an 11, what you can put together pretty simply enough is that the town's not in good condition, and she is trying to talk about how great it is because she's kind of trying to overcompensate a little. Not a lot more than that, but you can pick up that much.
So she's like the White House press secretary.
Oh my goodness, yes. Holy crap, yeah. Not that was that spicy of a statement, just that it was so very spot on. Sorry, listener, didn't mean to get too political. Yes, and so she just proudly recounts how Lagath is a very forward-thinking town, and that as Upper Lagath meets hard times, they are depending on Lower Lagath for a rejuvenation. And basically, Bazz, what you learn is that there were racial tensions between the Kuatoans and the humanoid. I mean, they're also humanoids, but the peoples of the Upper Lagathians, I guess. Yeah. Are Upper Lagathans. And basically, what brought them together was, as other members of the town chip in from the tavern, it's very... You know what it feels a whole lot like? In a less comical and less jovial way. It feels very much like the Gilmore Girls town hall meetings, in that it doesn't consist of a lot of people, and everyone's got very confident voices with different interpretations. But basically, after a while of conversing, oh my goodness, what you put together is that some people in the town found it... Some people are still not into it. There are town members who are not pleased with this arrangement. Some people who are kind of racist. They don't like the Kuatoans. Very much a contingent in the town. But that there are basically two camps who were for them and their integration together in one town, and that these make up the majority of the town by some margin. And that one camp were those who found it morally imperative to accept these people, or three camps, excuse me. And those three camps kind of wind up making up like about 2/3 of the town's population. And then that last third are the people who are, for various reasons, the most predominant being just prejudice against them, not jazzed about the arrangement. So the first part of that majority, the first third of the 2/3 majority, which were for it, were people who were like, this is wrong. These other peoples have lived with us forever. We are one community. We're better this way. Another third were people who were like, I'm sorry, there's an entire population who have access to resources we don't, that we could trade with. That's a financial opportunity, and our town needs it real bad. Of which the mayor was one. She speaks many moral platitudes, but you put together pretty quickly, like, Yeah.
She's a Mr.
Agaranth
Krabs. She's Mr. Krabs.
Yeah, yes. Agaranth was there for like, oh, my town's falling apart? Yeah, let's make some trade. And then the third group were a group of people who were basically like, they're actually weirdly kind of in the second group, a little prejudiced against the Kuo-toa, and their prejudice motivated them to integrate. In that, you put together, like, through mutterings and rumors, that they were afraid of the Kuo-toa. And so we're like, let's be on their side, because we don't want them as enemies. And because you all remember that some time ago, I mean, obviously, you put together more complex and the prejudice is not well-founded, but this began with conflict between the two populations, with the Kuo-toa attacking, at least some of them. And so, yeah, you put together that that's essentially the history, that for various reasons, a majority of the town came to they are not a democracy, but they are people with majority opinions. And so the majority of the town was like, let's become one town. And that majority won out over the minority. And that the de facto mayor, Agaranth, saw a great opportunity to brand this as a huge positive and went, okay, there's Upper and Lower Lagath. And then the Kuo-toa probably reflect, for different reasons, a similar standing, especially based off of this retrospectively clarifies things about your time in Lower Lagath. Whereas you put together, oh, there were Kuo-toa who weren't jazzed about your presence down there. They're probably Kuo-toa who didn't want this integration either. Probably for pretty different reasons. But all the same, right? And so you put together that it was probably a similar situation where a majority of the Kuo-toa decided that they would also go for this integration. So it is an integrated town that is, for reasons of varying nobility, have chosen to be one community with dissenting factions that are still not into it. You also put together, your insight scores high enough, you just passively put together that a large part of the reason this probably worked at all was because you were overdwellers who helped the Kuo-toa so much and respected them in your time down there. And so that probably motivated them to consider this opportunity of clemency with Upper Lagath, and that this is how Lagath came to be one community, if still a struggling one. And you are struck in this moment. While you are there, you do hear a handful of real stinky things. Some of the minority of opinion in this place, perhaps a majority otherwise in the world, but in this place, speak up and share their hateful opinions, their judgmental, superior, self-thought positions above the Kuo-toa. And you were struck for a moment, not simply to make some basic narrative comparison of, but actually the Kuo-toa are better, but simply of how, while the Upper Lagathans have, you don't understand the culture of this hamlet well. You've spent brief time here, and understanding it better would probably require more time. But you are struck as this entire encounter goes. Thank you, Bazz, for having this little moment, because I had a lot of lore written for it. Even if we're motorboating through it. I should have picked a different verb. You put together easily enough that, sorry, that you are simply struck by the fact that the Upper Lagathans have more structurally complex buildings, edifices. They have the more well-developed international economy. They are recognized citizens by the nation. And they are the ones with the degrading town. And that the investment that their leader, not necessarily of them as a whole people, but of Agaranth, has placed in the perceived and the monetary, has perhaps not weathered them well against the challenges which have faced them, which are meaningful, even if you don't know them. And that the Kuo-toan community below, which has, for whatever reason, had a culture that is more cultural and social and communal, have endured against their own challenges. And even with qualities and affectations that some of the Upper Lagathans find to judge, that it is their culture which seems to be strangely enduring and actually growing rather than diminishing. Because it's one, ultimately, like, they have a leader in Kvist who's ultimately focused on the people around him.
Yeah.
It's just
it seems like Lower Lagath is growing faster than Upper Lagath is. Like Upper Lagath is dying a little bit.
It's
Yeah.
going away. It's
And Lower Lagath is now, actually it's a little sad, I guess, for them because Lower Lagath, now that its existence and trade is keeping it alive, is helping it die slower, but it's still dying and they're growing. And I think there's a threatening, like.
And inwardly, Bazz, and maybe all of you, are struck in the course of this conversation as Agaranth can't help but wear her heart on her sleeve and speaks of this marvelous cultural integration and just can't help but keep coming back to its economic benefits. You are struck by a moment, not to tell you your thoughts, but as a world traveler and someone who comes from Ogben culture, especially Bazz, you are struck by how it is the economic opportunity that Agaranth seeks, and no small one at that, but that we're Upper Lagath to learn something culturally from Lower Lagath, especially Lower Lagath, which is running out of space, with the Kuatoa people to become more prevalent in Upper Lagath. That might be the step which would revitalize this town. But that, though they are in a majority in favor of integration, they are not a majority at all in favor of a cultural integration. And that denial is what is slowly weakening this town. Just interesting little.
Really cool lore, Zachary. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
That.
Yeah. It's so interesting. Just interesting.
My certification course couldn't update for a whole day at work, so I just sat there for 8 hours and wrote this session. So I got a lot of thought.
Zachary.
Yes.
Oh, I had an idea.
Okay, careful. I know that's a medical condition for you.
We can talk. Wait, let's talk about this. I'm gonna tell you my idea, but let's talk about it at another day.
Okay.
Another time.
Understood.
I know that there's a property transfer. I want to figure out who that is, what's going on, try to purchase the building and have it to where the Kuatoans can set up a shop for like the mushrooms and stuff and like function in the town.
Ooh.
Like have a community hub in the town. Like see what that would cost.
Let's do it faster than that. You find out from Mayor Agaranth that the shop is currently not being pursued by anyone because Nethan died in the summer, and Lagath has all of its trade in the warmer months because the waters are so impassable in the winter months. And so no one has come to claim it. It is currently for sale.
How much is it?
She warns you of its steep price and very confidently smiles and says, it is 20 gold.
I buy it.
This is a very poor town.
A
very poor town.
I tell her of my plan of what I'd like to do. I want to give her 150 gold pieces. And I'm going to say that like, hey, buy the building, help make sure that it's renovated, like give them what they need, but also like use it to help like other shops here in Lagath and like make repairs and like bring people in and like, update like the walks, so like to improve things in the town, but like first and foremost, like buy the building and make sure that the Kuatoa have what they need if they wanted to like set up like a shop there.
Bazz, could you give me whatever intelligence check you want?
Is she gonna steal it? I got a 19.
No, different. Okay, give me a second. I need to write down what you just said. And if anyone wants to comment from a role player character perspective as I write, that's important.
I love that, Landon. Such
Yeah,
a
I
good
do
idea.
too.
I want to come back here and get to go to the Kuatoa shop and shop for mushrooms and other Kuatoan goods.
Dried seaweed that Rose loves so much.
Yes. She's halfway through that 10 pound. No, I'm just kidding.
It's very cultural heart attack.
I'm just kidding.
Okay, I'm sorry. I need to write this down. Okay. Okay. Okay, thank you for your patience. So many notes from today's session. Holy cow. Bazz with a 19, as a very savvy business person, a field you've only been in for a year. First of all, there was going to be a persuasion check, and you skipped it when you offered 150 gold, because a number of members of the town start to pipe up about how that's not happening in their town, and you pull out 150 gold, and everybody shuts up. And with your 19, it occurs to you to demand, upon pain of legal contract, which you can write up if you want. I don't care. Okay. A detail if you want it, but I'm really not going to get into it. That the shop has to be owned in Kvist's name.
Yes.
So he is ultimately the one who winds up getting to make the decisions, because it does occur to you that Agaranth would probably twist that a little bit in Upper Lagath's favor. And so, as it is written into Kvist's name, you all do not go to bed before the night before Kvist is called up, given the contract, and becomes owner of the shop, which seems to be to the chagrin of much of the town. But as the goods are brought up, people tend to be like, okay, fine. And some of the overflow population of the Kuatoans begin moving into some of the abandoned structures in Upper Lagath and claim Nethans as their own shop, where they will sell fungus, fish, and seaweed goods.
Here's what I in the contracts, like 50 of the gold goes to the Kuatoans to do their thing with the shop and completely redo it or however they want, but the rest of it is to go to whoever the mayor sees fit in the town to help take care of like other shops or like fix infrastructure, like paper things that they need, basically, to kind of help like mellow out all the bad vibes. And also Lagath needs it.
Bazz, give a persuasion check, and I'm going to say at advantage.
29.
Jeez. Okay, guy.
At advantage, come on, Zach. You can't complain when you give me a persuasion. That's my thing. I have like expertise.
I'm not complaining. I'm just impressed. You just have an excellent modifier.
That's 11.
Man, Bazz has a lot of rolls here. Oh, you rolled good. Bazz? I mean, is the prejudice wiped away from this town? No. But is anybody going to have any physical violence anytime soon? Nope. That was pretty slick, dude. The money talked. So
those money talks, man.
Yeah, Bazz, you get the feeling that a lot of good was done here, and yeah, you made a fiscal impact on the community of this town in a very real way.
Yay! I can't wait to come back in a year if I'm still alive and to buy mushrooms in the shop.
Everybody,
after this is, Gretta obviously watches all of that happens, and afterwards, in like a quiet moment, she like pats Bazz on the arm and says like, "This one's gonna be yours, Bazz. That's all you.
Aw.
We'll come back and we'll see."
Bazz has to like do that where you open your eyes real wide to like not like tear out or like blink a little bit.
Yeah.
And he gives her a hug.
Yeah. Gretta does the same. They're looking at each other like this.
He looked at me. Excellent. I assume the party finds some sleep for the night somewhere in It is.
What was it? What's the melty fish? The muddy fish?
The mudfish.
The mudfish.
The mustard fish.
Somebody should be keeping a burp counter. All right. It's the 23rd. What day of the week does that make it, Jaci?
17.
Makes it the Mayonek.
Monek.
Sorry.
No, it was me saying I wasn't correcting you. It's crazy you know that at all. Okay. What is the party doing?
Well, I think we're gonna go to the big.
Also, remember,
City.
that means spell slots back. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot. D20s, everybody.
Oh.
It's gonna be me. Someone else bomb this.
It's gonna be me.
It's not gonna be me. I don't want
I
to.
got an 18.
I got a 4.
Oh, I got an 11. I'm so sorry, Jaci.
Man, the work Abby just did to control the joy on her face.
And I'm spinning like a ballerina.
I rolled much lower on this. 14. Ro.
Yeah.
You have a horrible dream.
Sick.
about apocalyptic visions at the face of a crustacean-like deity who ruins the world around you.
He's a king, though, Ro. Is he cute? Is he cute?
He's not a king. He's a god.
And that's where I draw the line. You take 14 points of psychic damage, and until your next long rest, your hit point max, yes, is reduced by as much. Greta, you are back up to full, and everybody has their spell slots back.
I'm sorry, Ro.
It's okay. But if I die from the count by 14 points...
It's all me. It's all my fault.
You're the one reviving me.
It's the 23rd.
Because he's the one carrying old around.
What?
Very
Oh.
true, actually.
If we didn't have old with us,
someone could correctly assign blame, and then someone did. What that party did, it's the 23rd.
Did you roll for Craig? Did you roll for Craig?
He's not here.
Oh, what happened to him?
What's the party doing?
Let's go.
Yeah, let's
Where is
get...
that cacao?
It
Yeah,
is
let's
it is a Kefkin rooster.
Obviously, Abby, it is a northern, southern, greater, lesser, white-fronted, black-crested,
Sunburnt.
what was it? Costa Rican lesser greater finch. That is an ornithology joke, because
Well,
the whole time
actually-
that I was studying abroad in Costa Rica and we saw black vultures everywhere, that's what we called them, making fun of the way that ornithologists name birds. Got him! I'm sorry.
Dude, there's an
Birds aren't
ornithologist
real.
out here rolling in their grave. There's an ornithologist out there.
Why are they dead?
Like
Why are
crying.
they dead?
There's
why are
the birds killed
ornithologists-
them.
A lot
There's
of
an
the famous ones
ornithologist out there like shedding many, many tears because they've been got by Zacchaeus.
Thank you, I needed that. What's the party doing? Oh, everybody turns into birds and flies?
We all
Well,
turn into
yeah.
birds and flies. I turn into a yes. We turn into the things that
Balls,
we need to
wait,
get there.
Balls, I have a question.
Yeah.
Is there anything
Ro?
you can turn
Nope.
into?
What? No, tell me. I'm just kidding.
Is there any...
Nope. Sorry. No, I'm so sorry. I was looking at Craig. He was asking. He was doing something. He was gonna do something real crazy. He was gonna fart or something. I
That
don't
was
know what he was
so funny.
Is there anything that I can... Is there anything that you can turn into that is big enough to carry all of us and not
So-
scare the locals?
No.
I feel like we should go in with a bang. Bang.
I think if he were to turn
Gotta pull
into
that
a
again.
dragon and we went to a city as a dragon, we might get shot down.
Bazz, why don't you make me a strategy check? Or Ro, whoever wants to.
I'll make
Can I do
it.
it?
Okay.
I want to do it.
Greta
What's the
can
bonus
make-
to strategy again, Zach? Is it
Everyone-
intelligence?
Intelligence, yeah.
Oh, I'm
An
gonna be so
8.
good.
I got an
Nobody talk.
8.
Nope, I got so much better.
Landon, I'm not even going to count that one against you.
That's a 14.
Oh, wow.
No, 24. Sorry.
Jeez.
That's 18 plus 6, right?
Abby.
18 plus 6.
I
24.
feel like
and
Boss
my
is
math
great at
was good.
strategy. His intelligence should be higher, Zach. Why don't we bump it by like 4 points?
It really should be. But oops. Greta, oh, you know what? Bazz could turn into that bronze dragon wormling and then just land a distance away from the city and you guys could walk the last little bit. That's a really good strategy.
Bazz, you could just turn into that bronze dragon wormling and then land a little bit away from the city and then
Yeah,
walk
'cause-
into the city.
Cause I didn't sleep that great, Balls, and my magic juice is not flowing as well.
I don't know what this magic juices is about, but
It
It's gotta
spells
not.
slot.
Yeah, why is there magic
Without
juices
being
in your
spelled
made-up
slot.
world?
so that people can deal with it, okay? It's a real world issue and people need to roleplay through it.
Okay, okay.
Landon's face. If you're worried about it, I could give you a potion of invisibility, but I don't know
I'm
if that
not
would work on
worried.
your
I'm
dragon.
not
There would be
worried.
four
Four
people
people
floating in
floating through the sky.
That's great. That's really good.
I'm not like worried about it. I think it might be a better idea if we go in like in the back way.
Okay, sure.
Like there's got to be some kind of secret tunnel through the mountain.
I'm
Secret
sorry, what?
tunnel.
Like you want us
Hello,
to walk?
leans in.
Secret
there might be.
tunnel.
I am not aware of it, but it's
Through
good.
the mountain. Secret tunnel.
Good reference.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, we can go. We can do that. I turn into a bronze dragon wormling away from where people are gonna freak out. Everybody gets on my back, and I go.
Okay. I
don't like this.
Wow, was that a Tim Hawkins reference? Dang, Landon, that's a deep cut. That was a gesticulated Tim Hawkins reference. That's incredible. What's the fly speed of your physical movement?
Mach 6.
What's your fly speed?
I don't know. I have to find a thing. I don't know.
I will look it up.
5e. All right. My fly speed is 60 feet.
So that is okay. Halved because you're encumbered goes to 30. So that means it's 5 feet per second because it's 30 feet per 6 seconds, which means that's 3.4 miles per hour.
That's so slow.
Really slow.
Yep. You need to go to but I mean, flying creatures carrying a lot of heavy things. You need to go.
If a jet plane was going
14
20
miles.
Am I able to stay afloat?
Miles. Well, remember you can always burn multiple wild shapes to keep it going. I like ruling it that way because I think you're a level 13 druid. How can you not do that? I like when players are strong. Okay, so 3.5 guys, help me out. 3.4 miles per hour. You need to go. That's your rate. You need to go
4.5
12
hours.
miles divided by
3 hours.
Yes.
3.5
Well,
hours?
12 divided by 3.4. So 3.5 hours. Wow, Jackie, freaking look at you. So Bazz, you're
my dash.
2 hours.
If I use the dash action, does that make it go in half?
No. Landon, that's true. That's true, because that doubles your speed, and you could do that. Oh, okay, big kid. So that makes it 6.8. Yeah, you can do it in 1 wild shape duration.
Heck,
Nice, Landon. Big kid.
I'm
smart.
making that face.
Okay, do you have to go potty, Landon? Okay, I'm gonna assume you go potty. So the party.
Hello has a lot to say, you guys. He wants to tell y'all something.
Telodos?
The potty bronze dragon wormlings to the city of Trelloch. I am going to struggle here to find a song that is the appropriate tone for this.
What is
bear with me.
Ro asks Tello, how much
No,
time
that's not
have you spent in this town? Like, do you know like the population of it and all?
Maybe we'll go with this. If this
Like-
is not the tone, you guys let me know.
Like, not to,
I think
you know,
this is as close as we're gonna get.
drudge up stuff. I like this.
Okay, so yes.
But like, what's the population and vibe and all?
The bronze dragon lands 1,000 feet from town on a roadside. I'm going to describe it visually, and then Tello will respond to your question because we need some context here. So,
That's true.
oh my goodness, Hoffa got these headphones off of the internet for like $25, and they're better than anything else in our house. They badly outperform the AirPods in every category.
Really?
Yes. They're better sound quality. They're better noise cancellation. Their charge is, I think, literally 20 or 30 times longer. She didn't charge them the first month she used them.
Wow. The first month.
Crap.
Yes,
How
I'm
often
not
does she
kidding.
use them?
Like, I mean, not all the time, but still,
Yeah, but like
every like 2 or 3 days, she uses them for a couple hours.
Wow.
Yeah, amazing. Anywho, maybe it was the first 2 weeks or 2 or 3 weeks, but still. Badly outperforms the AirPods. Anywho, so Mount Kos is low.
I pooped on the AirPods.
Mount Kos is low and stony and rough. And it is not like apocalyptically barren, but a rather barren mountain. On your fly up, there is a pretty substantial conifer forest that goes halfway up the mountain, but you leave it behind about 1,000 feet in elevation ago by the time you get to the cliff face where Trelloch is built upon. And when I say cliff, I don't mean like a singular cliff. I mean it is a massive jutting portion of the mountain. You can see why they picked it. It gives, first of all, it's not like a floating cliff. It is entirely supported by a side of the mountain. the mountain basically like reaches a plateau on a lower face that juts sharply out into a direction. And it is also, it overlooks the entire south side of Lore very well. You can see for an incredible distance from up here. Basically, like out far into the ocean. It's a phenomenal vantage. And from here you can see that the island has a very harsh beauty. It is a beautiful, beautiful place in an abrasive way. Up here, it becomes almost nothing but snow and ice. Not in a ice-covered way, but there are just... The best way I know how to put it is it's like a crappy little Dallas winter covering of ice everywhere. So there's just enough to go like, yeah, there's snow here and there and there. It can just shock the very faintly purplish but mostly gray stone landscape with its browns and the occasional dirt patches with just flashes of white. And there's like a thin film of ice. There's honestly some black ice on the ground here and there where like it's kind of hard to detect when it's on the stone. It's easy to slip on.
Very Texas.
Yeah, very, very like Texas, but a mountain and much colder. It's weird. And not far beyond you all now, you all have stopped near a highway that snakes down the mountain path for miles and miles and miles and miles, and probably branches to the other towns and villages of Lore. And up ahead, it's so much fun that you guys picked to do the storyline, because there was so much here, and it was one of those things that could have just totally not gotten done. Thank you guys. I freaking love being your DM. It's literally... There's a lot of important things in my life, but I'm not even kidding when I say that this experience is overall like a top 10 thing in my life. But anywho, so up ahead, built up on the cliff face, is the pretty significant city of Lore. It's a small city, but it's a straight up city. And for Lore, that's a lot. Traloch is, if you all had to guess from looking at it at a distance, a lot's being left to the imagination, but this is probably a city of 5,000 or 6,000, which, given the size of Lagath, is considerable, because Lagath is a hamlet of less than 100. Now, if you're counting lower Lagath, now it's probably a lot closer to 200, but still, this is you put together pretty quickly, okay, the other villages and towns of Lore, Lagath is probably the smallest. The other villages and towns are probably, like quintuple or 10 times its size. And this much smaller than many of the capital cities you've been to. But, not nothing. It's an interesting city that you can see as a distance from the side of the highway. A lot of stone. Wood is, that you can see at a distance, is like a real accent. It's either you can see where wood would be something of wealth here, or it's just where it's structurally key. So at this distance, you can even see some of the buildings at the edge of town are, their corners are like pillars of pine, right? But the majority of buildings here are all stone hewn from the mountain. And from the tone and color, you put together pretty quickly, this cliff, which is very large. It's like a 2.5 mile wide, mile long, outward jutting section of this mountain. It's considerable that the city is built on. But you realize as you look over to your left, the north, as you look at the mountain face, the mountain comes down to this natural angle, but it's at its very base, it's very worked and cut. And you realize that this entire city was hewn from this mountainside, that all the stone here was carved from the mountain and just moved directly to build the city. You can see at this distance that there is about a 20 foot high wall that runs the entire perimeter of the city. So what you can make out from here are all buildings which sort of poke up over the side of the wall, and there are very simple. There's not even a true rampart here, like a flat base that's walled at either side for defensive structures on the side. But there's a walkway that goes over the top of the stone, and there are a couple of there's 2 or 3 battlements per entire side of the wall structure. It's very basically You can see tiny dotted figures moving. There's like probably guards up there. There's a front gate. You can see many buildings beyond. And at a great distance now, but at some distance, you can see within not the center of the city, but pretty close to the cliff's edge opposite, there are very tall walls, maybe that go all the way up to like 30 or 40 feet, huge stone walls. And they surround, you can see poking up over it far away, like 2 thin towers and a much larger tower in the middle, like a true like kind of castle structure. And that's probably Castle Alguid. And from Teller's previous description, you can put together that it's this large structure in the middle, 3 towers around it, floating walkways between, and then the large set of walls that are pretty well, like there are battlements and parapets, and it's like a true like castle, if a small one. And that within those walls, there's like almost sort of like a mini tiny hamlet itself within the city, and that this is all of the homes and abodes of all the like armed forces and the small army of people who need to live there to staff and work Castle Alguid. Wow. And you can see this at a distance. Small army is probably the wrong word. A militia of people, so to speak. It's not that many. So you guys are like behind rock outcroppings, like observing the city at a distance. The last little note I'm going to make is it's colder here. It's the next day in the morning, but you guys are you're in the teens in terms of temperature. Wow. And there is more snow up here, and what's worse, the distance is starting to cloud a little bit, not with some violent storm, but just with what looks like it's going to snow. So it's probably going to get colder. And up here, not way up in the atmosphere, but high up in the mountain, the winds are pretty persistent. There is never not a breeze, and there are occasionally some pretty heavy gusts. And when those come by, the breeze takes the wind chill down to like 10-ish. And when those winds blow by, it gets into the singles and the negatives. So there's some pretty miserable chills that come by pretty quick. And all standing water is frozen up here. And so I'm just going to go ahead and say that I will do this also when Landon comes back. But Gretta, I'm going to need you to make a con saving throw against the cold. And Ro, you're going to need to make that con save at disadvantage. And when Bazz comes back, he will need to as well. Also, Ro, looking back to it. Okay, here's what I'm going to say about prestidigitation. You can warm a portion of you at a time, but it's like a portion of you. You know, you couldn't, like if you're prestidigitating one spot and then another spot and then another spot, you're losing the effect on each one you're doing. So
well, I can do 3 at a time.
You can do 3
with prestidigitation. You can expend it 3 times, and I don't know the exact language of it, but it says like, it says if you cast the spell multiple times, you can have up to 3 of its non-instantaneous effects active at a time, and you can dismiss such an effect as an action.
Jaci, way to know. This is campaign 1, prestidigitation. Way to know this cantrip inside and out. Okay, then here's what I will say. It's not gonna gain the benefit of warm clothing. However, anytime I make you make these cold checks, as you softly whistle to yourself, like whistling a tune as you walk, heating yourself up, is a great reprieve from the cold. Add a D4 on. You're basically like guiding yourself against the heat, essentially, because it's helping a bit.
Love that. Sick. That's.
This is going to be DC 12. Greta, what'd you get?
I got an 11.
Oh, buddy.
With my disadvantage, I got a 9.
And your D4?
Yeah, that's with the D4, because I rolled a 5 and then I rolled a 4. So I got a 9.
Wait, what's your modifier?
0.
We will wait for Bazz to come back. But know that you all are essentially, I'm just gonna put it in language that makes sense. But well, not that you guys couldn't understand anything, but you're essentially baned. So until you warm up from everything, you have a minus D4 to your ability checks.
To ability checks?
Yes. And I mean, there's no mechanical transfer for this.
I have a question. Does Ro has the thing where she can change her clothing? Could she make herself just wear warmer clothing?
It's all illusory.
Yeah.
Just wanted to check.
Yeah, it's illusory, not transmutational.
I'm sure you'd already
Yeah.
thought of that, Jackie.
Yeah, I did because I was wondering that. Thank you though for pointing that out.
You swing where you can, you know. The other thing is that I'm just gonna say, in terms of translating things from experiential to mechanics for the players, you guys can tell that what's happening is you're basically slowly getting kind of cold exhaustion, and so right now it's at a place where Landon, very good time to come back. Landon, the party is up on the mountain next to the cliff. I have described the city in some detail. The essentials are, it's 1,000 feet away. There's a 15-foot wall. City beyond. It's like a city of like 3,000 or 4,000. Or no, what did I say? 4 or 6? 4 to 6?
You said 4 or 5, I think.
You said
4 or
5 or
5,000.
6. You said 5
5 or 6,000. Excellent.
That's what I wrote in my notes.
5 or 6,000. And right toward the edge of the cliff face, which is an immense, massive, it's a whole section of the mountain, is Castle Alguid within the walls of the city. And it's very cold up here. It's all the way down into the teens. When the wind comes by, it gets down into the singles and the negatives. Everyone is having to make a con saving throw against the cold. And because you are not warmly clothed, that is at disadvantage, Bazz.
I'm a dragon.
Okay. Unless you want to be a dragon the whole time you're in the city, you're going to have to make that con save. You could.
While Bazz is...
It's DC 12, by the way.
1 second. I'm looking.
Okay.
Ro,
What's up, Jackie?
I want because she was asking Tello about the population and all, and like you kind of said that, but
Oh yes, thank you.
she asks him too, like, is like where the castle is and all. Is essentially, does the Count, is he like the ruler of this town? Does he provide
It's not essentially. He is the sovereign ruler of this island nation.
Oh, okay.
The Count is the ruler of lore. He is its sovereign ruler.
Gotcha.
He
I think I knew that, but I
took
forgot.
over when the last ruler passed away a few decades ago.
Gotcha. So he's only
why is
been ruler for a few decades.
I believe 24 years.
Okay.
Remember
Why is
correctly.
his title the Count? Is that just formality or?
No, it is a title he has correctly earned in lesser nobility. I'm not going to lie. It was explained to me a few times, and when it was my job, I did know how to explain it. It has something to do with he was previously a viscount to a duke from Yazlan, I believe, and then something about the transfer of power moved him to the title of count. I don't know. I used to know. But it's some lesser nobility title.
I see.
Yes.
Bazz
Bazz, would you get?
snaps his fingers, and then wispy flames wrap around his body, and he gets resistance to cold.
Okay. Do not make the check at disadvantage. You can make it straight. How long is that spell?
The spell lasts for 10 minutes. Oh, that's fun.
Okay. Bazz, you get the feeling when it runs out, you will probably need to make the check again. But for now, you can
That's
make
fine.
it. In fact, I'm going to say with advantage right now while you have this going. Not just straight. I'd say if you have cold resistance, it's going to be with advantage.
Oh, really? I still have to make the check?
Yeah. It's still ridiculously cold. But you have resistance to it. I mean, you make it with advantage.
Alrighty.
He said
What kind of check is it?
Con saving, though.
he said it's in the teens, but the wind chill is like in the negatives up here.
Yeah.
Come on, you said. Oh, I may have rolled a 10.
Oh, okay. Well, Bazz,
With your
you
con save
suffer.
modifier? That's crazy.
It's a +0.
You guys are.
This is not a very conny party. Bazz, you roll.
Let's go.
You gain the horrible consequence of minus D4 to your checks right now. That's the. It's not a point of exhaustion or something. There's a minus D4 right now. Now, the thing I told everyone earlier is that you guys have spent enough time in harsh environments to put together that right now this is the consequence. If you get more cold over a significant amount of time, this could very well turn into something more considerable. But that's what it is right now. So you all are looking at Trolloc in the distance. I'm so sorry, Jaci. Was there a question you asked Tello 15 years ago?
I asked him the population, and then you answered that. So I asked him. I asked him though, like, what's the overall, like, vibe of the city? Like, how do we need to, like, is there a, is it a little bit, like, when I say vibe, I mean, like, is it very, like, when we go in, are people going to be staring at us because we're going to be super out of place? I mean, we're always out of place, but like, are they like an accepting people? Are they kind of stiff?
It is not the warmest place you've ever been.
Yeah,
so
I get that. And
people here
wiggles her fingers how cold it is.
Tello laughs at the unintentional pun, but he says, it is, this is, Lore is not an easy place to live. The people of Trolloc do not live easy lives, and though a particular echelon of the city has become very wealthy under the Count, and they're very fond of him, the general citizenry of the town, it's not like they live in squalor, and in fact, under the Count's leadership, the entire nation has grown more profitable, but there are many people here whose lives have become harder since he came into power. At least his rule is clear, and so that puts a damper on the people. He is not some violent autocrat here at all. He likes to be in favor of the people if he can, but he has made his power clear multiple times, and so there is a tension here in that way. I am not certain how, if at all, their disposition toward this has been affected by the Count's feelings about this. I imagine that would not have been shared. But what it's worth, we have become pretty famous, and
True.
It's not uncommon for lore to be significantly behind the time of the rest of the world. It takes a long time for information to travel. But if they do know of us, I can see a world where our fame would not be a positive.
Yeah.
But beyond that, I can't say for certain. The guards of the city are very loyal to Al-Guid, whether from genuine conviction or from fear of him. And they are frequently suspicious of significant outsiders.
Okay. But I mean, they should at least have been warned that we're coming, I guess.
I would imagine.
I guess
it's
we'll
probably
see.
a safe assumption, but I don't know.
Yeah.
The Count can be hard to predict.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, well, shall we? This is gonna be fun, you guys. I say first thing on the agenda once we get in is maybe get some warm clothes.
Yeah.
For whatever it's worth, it's about a 15-minute walk to the castle. If we're held up for a long time, we'll be here in... Excuse me. It's about a 15-minute walk to the castle. And if we're in the code a lot longer, it will probably stay this way. But if we are admitted straight in, it's probably not nearly as bad. And he just kind of holds his hands next to Bazz as if Bazz is like a fire.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, Bazz, I really appreciate that you're doing that.
No,
well,
it actually doesn't help a lot, but I mean...
Hey, Bazz, could you make this fire hotter, or what's the deal with this?
As Bazz is literally like surrounded with lapping flames, it's like he's like, I don't know what it's.
He goes, no, it's cool, it's
Alright.
magic.
What time is it about now?
Can we, for the sake of logic,
Yeah.
call it afternoon so that dinner
Yeah.
makes any sense? Unless you guys are like, oh my goodness, our plan depends on morning, in which case it can't be.
No, that sounds great.
Okay, mid-afternoon. So it's only going to
Okay.
get colder.
I do think we should stop for clothes.
You
It's about this
don't?
time,
So I do think that, like,
it's about this
should-
time that snow begins to gently fall.
okay, we
the
start
other
walking towards the gate.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'd like to buy a coat. I mean, it's wintertime anyways. I might need it.
I should
The five of
probably
you-
buy something a little nicer than what I'm wearing, also.
Well,
Just, we're
Greta,
going
your
to
cloaks are gorgeous.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I had gorgeous new clothes. I thought I
Can't
was still ready.
Yes.
Ro, can't you
Gretta-
just make your thing become whatever you want? Why can't you just make it a coat?
It's illusory.
I tried that.
Yeah, I can make it look like a coat. Maybe I can like placebo affect myself to believe that I'm warm, but
What's a placebo?
This is an old chair, and I just broke my chair. I put a hand on it,
no!
shattered one half of the back. That's okay. Just means it's well loved. Well, it's like a 4 or 5 year old chair, and I've used it pretty hard.
Did
sorry,
you fart
Zachary.
so hard that you
Really okay.
that you broke it?
My chair said, "Enough." There's a heat death of the universe. This is the methane death of this chair. So, it is a stark and dour walk to the walls of the city.
Okay.
It is frigid and yep. Huh?
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say back to what Landon was saying on my armor. I am gonna make it look like a really nice fancy dress before we go in, which I can do. I can decide exactly what it looks like, but it still has all the effects and weight of my leather armor. But I can make it look like a beautiful gown. Ro says to Balls when they're walking.
Nice.
Excellent. So, Maya has decided it's lap time, so I need to move everything I have. So, the party makes their way to the gates. It's an overcast sky. Even in the middle of the day, it's just a little gloomy. The snow is falling. Not in that amount. It's like a kind of beautiful amount. Not a ton, just enough. And it's just really cold. The occasional that comes by sends chills down your backs. And the long, slow walk, as the cold grows around you, a pit just kind of grows in your stomach. Oh, y'all bear with me. I'm going to need to make myself some tea in a second because my throat is giving out. And I've been taking a lot of cough drops to help my throat. And they're making my tummy sick. You guys make your way to the wall. And eventually, as you approach the stone wall, there are very tall, sort of wooden, like sharpened pine tree gates into kind of like tall, like pikes. Not an uncommon design for clearly like an inward parting gate. And the mountain stone walls to either side have guards atop them. And the guards here are... the Lauren population here is majority human with a pretty significant interspersing of wood elves. So a lot of dark-skinned elves, light-skinned humans. Somebody talk in roleplay. My voice is almost done.
So, what if the Count doesn't like us?
He doesn't like what?
Well, he
What if he
doesn't
doesn't
like
like
us,
us?
so...
I think he doesn't like us already, Bazz.
Yeah.
I think we should prepare for the worst. Well, maybe not the worst,
True.
but
True.
we should
What do we
prepare
say?
for-
What are you planning on saying?
Well, I think so. I know that there's like some people who think that he's gonna try and offer us a deal. I really don't want to take the deal if we can. I think that would be bad. I don't really want to be in any kind of like dealings with him or any kind of like debt to him. I think that's just so I want to try and avoid that if possible.
I'm down to take the... I mean, if you guys want, I know Balls usually kind of does. I'm down to take the lead on talking if need be. I obviously won't make any decisions without us all doing it, but I think first we just hear what he has to say, be respectful as we can, without, obviously I don't want to be, but...
Who do you guys think is special?
We are... I don't know. We are on his turf.
Guys, what if it's special? What if it's What if it's special guest Jaci Butler?
I've
I
never
just
heard
think
of
we should
her.
prepare for that.
I think we need to be careful of any like, and I don't mean like necessarily completely physically, but we
Like
need to
booby
make sure of any like traps or anything, you know.
Yeah.
Again, not like there's going to be like a snare set when we walk in, but
Yeah.
just mental traps. I was wondering, do we want to like, Greta, would you want to like us like cast tongues right before we go in, and if things go sideways or something, we have like a code word that we say in like, I don't know, some obscure language or something, or like Sylvan or something. I don't know. I wonder if Tello knows. Tello's
I thought about that.
500
we
feet
do
away
have-
right now, but
Well, we are at basic in Celestial. I don't think I told you last time, but we're at the basic level in Celestial.
true.
So we could talk that in that.
I know how to say the word purple in Celestial.
What is it?
I think that's a great plan.
Talandra.
Talandra?
Talandra.
You made that up.
Talandra.
You made that up.
No,
That's
Boss, she's
purple
right.
and that's purple and Celestial.
I
Talandra.
think I speak Celestial. That's not what it is.
You do not speak Celestial.
I do. It's one of my 6
Mm-mm.
languages.
He's lying.
Mm-mm.
No, you don't, Boss.
I'm
I don't
not
believe you.
lying. What are my
I
6
don't believe
languages?
you.
Okay,
I
then
don't believe
speak
you. 6
Celestial.
languages.
Then speak Celestial
you
right
don't.
now. Say a sentence
First of all,
in
I
Celestial.
speak more. Second of all, you don't speak Celestial.
I do. I do speak Celestial.
Then
It's not
what
true. I'm
have
checking
me?
I'm gonna check your character sheet.
Then what have me and Greta been talking about every time we study the last like month?
What part of Celestial have you been studying?
We're on a small ship. You should be able to hear us.
I'm in your box. I'm in your Dropbox, Boss.
All
I'm in
right.
your box.
That's very beautiful.
Thank you
So if
all
I say
for your patience.
Talandra, or if anyone says Talandra,
My throat was starting to give out, and I was almost throwing up from the sheer number of cough drops I
oh
had.
gosh,
Oh goodness.
don't do
I'm all
that.
good.
Okay. Sylvan and Gnomish.
No, that's just the more languages section.
Where's the languages section? There's not one on here. Stickers.
Party. This is absolutely the conversation that the characters are having. I buy it all day long as they approach the gate.
Wait,
And
I
Hello
asked-
simply confirms as you walk up.
Okay.
I do speak Sylvan.
No,
With
does the
them.
count speak?
I speak Sylvan as well.
And he says, I don't know. He speaks a lot of languages.
Okay. So Celestial would probably be the way to go. So if anyone says
That's what people say.
Talandra, which is purple in Celestial, that's our safe word, our code
Also
word.
canon,
If
purple, and
something's going
celestial is Talandra.
sideways. Okay.
So what do we do if
I spelled it.
someone says that?
I made the spelling.
That's incredible, Jackie.
I think knowing what we do with the safe word is less important than establishing it.
Well, I think the opposite.
No, I was joking. That was sarcasm. Man, we only have
No.
30 feet to this gate. We should come up with a conclusion really fast. I think the plot will happen then.
To see the count. He's expecting us. I mean, I say we just
Oh,
be as...
when we say the trigger word, we see the count.
No.
No. The trigger word is that word
Man,
is
only
like
20 feet left.
no, that
Maybe
word
we
is like
teleport.
when we're that
If
word
Rose
is
says that, get to Rose as quickly
Yeah.
or as casually as possible, and she'll teleport us away.
that's like in the castle if things go sideways.
I
Like
got
when
you,
we're
I
at
got
the
you.
And if
dinner.
we're out of the castle, then Bazz flies us away.
That makes sense. I like it. And then the party gets to the gates. So the majority of citizens here are human and wood elven. Which makes sense because you know that the majority of the world's wood elves come from Unsen. And this is ultimately a city or a nation off of the coast of Unsen. there are a lot of dark-skinned elves and light-skinned humans, and then a great number of like mixed half-elves of a great degree of skin tones, and then a fair number, a not inconsiderable number, and I'm just going to tell you this is what you see as you travel through the city as well, like a minority of darker-skinned humans who are probably some amount elven, but a very long time ago, and then a small minority of very lighter-skinned elvens. And so you all put together pretty quickly that this population of people is probably vast majority composed of these two races. And it occurs to you that like where you saw more diversity was in the coastal hamlets and villages, like Lagath. And so this Trollocan people is probably, or Trollocan, is probably like, I mean, I'm sure you could probably find a few hundred individuals of other ethnicities here, but that the majority are probably a very long existing population, that this nation was probably founded by humans and wood elves, and they have been here a very long time, to the point that they make up the majority of ethnicity of this place. And it is a smattering, 4 or 5 guards who are dressed in very simple armor. They're round helmets that have sort of like pointed little spikes at the top. And
how are they keeping warm?
they are wearing some like dark gray armor that matches the stone around them pretty well. It doesn't quite have that purplish hue, but some of it. And it's just half plate. Each of them have like pikes and swords and shields. And under the half plate is just heavy. Oh, that's a thing you've done, Landon. Under the half plate is some very like thickly padded like just winter clothes.
Like
that's
that.
bad.
It's making my eyes hurt.
Yep, it's bad. They're just thickly padded furs that they're wearing under the half plate. They're very much dressed for this weather, even to the point that they have like cloths wrapped around their ears and around their necks, barring them against the cold. They're very dressed for this. And as you all approach, a handful of bows, or actually like pikes and lances, get trained on you all. And as you come close, a rather imposing for an elven figure, he's a big guy. This dark wood elven figure turns to you all and says, "Ho there. For what reason do you approach Sherlock?"
No, I'm just coughing.
Hi, we're expected by the Count himself.
He looks puzzled. An older human woman, much older to be a town guard, comes up and sort of like whispers to him. And Ro, does one of you have the feature that lets you read lips? Is that someone in this party, or is that the other one?
I'm pretty sure I do.
It's Gretta.
I think
Gretta
it's
can read lips.
Yeah, I have observant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it was, observant. Gretta, you put together easily, and I got you back, man. That she whispers to him, the fun guys. And he like kind of gets a sort of shocked face and suddenly takes in Bazz's incredibly shocking physical features. And Bazz, what color does your greenish-white skin turn when it gets really cold? I'm curious. What color are your nose and cheeks? And
That's a good question. I'm sorry.
All right.
Color
okay,
does
I'm not
green
offended.
turn when it
And
gets
then
cold?
he
I'm
also
also
takes
a
in
little
Craig's
green.
incredibly impressive full plate, and he just nods and says, "All right then, you are expected." And he steps back. Yeah.
Can I do an insight check just to see their like the kind of vibe
Yes,
that they're
you can.
feeling of like,
What I
are
will
they
say that
scared?
all
Are
of you all
they?
can, yeah, absolutely. Make an insight check. What you all can pick up all of you with eyes and brains can pick up very clearly. They are all like intimidated and surprised. But let's go from there. That's clear.
That's a 29.
Mhm.
So basically, I
I'm not
read their
manipulating.
mind. No, I'm just kidding.
No. But
Just kidding.
Ro, with a 29,
Wow.
you can put together that. I mean, they are clearly intimidated and surprised. But what's more, Ro, you put together easily with a 29. You put together this captain or head guard of the gate here was probably not expecting you all to show up today. Like knew you were coming and wasn't expecting it today. And then the other thing you put together is that the way the guard is reacting, they've probably been warned about you. They seem like you watch a lot of hands grip weapons a little tighter, and you watch a bunch of points, like points of pikes and points of, like you watch sword hilts turn toward you very slightly, and pike points turn in your direction, as if all of the soldiers are like, the guards are subconsciously like reacting to that confirmation.
Okay.
In front of you, the gates pull back, and as they do, the city gets revealed in front of you. Not cobblestone streets, but simply the mountain stone below, worn smooth by many foot, hoof, and wheel tracks. It's more of that. All of the buildings here are just, well, actually, sort of cobblestone structure, mountain stone cut, laid upon each other. Some of the nicer buildings here, some of like the businesses and more refined things appear to be like that design of stone you get that people are a big fan of in Texas, where it's like you're getting natural stones and you're fitting them together correctly and patching them with adhesive in between. But many of the others are square cut stone stacked into structures. Almost all of the roofs here are like a thatch layer over like a sort of beam structure. So they're not thatch roofs. They are like thatch outermost layers and then a stronger layer beneath. And you get the feeling that this is where the majority of wood in the town has been utilized, so that there is a strong structure to them, which is probably for the heavy snowfall that can happen over them. And then that final thatch layer is for insulating heat. And almost every building here, almost everyone has a chimney with smoke coming out of it. And the buildings are pretty closely built together here. A huge network of alleys in this city, many of which are not connected. Many of them are individual standalone alleys. The city is pretty, at a glance, as you all walk through it, pretty simply designed in a pretty efficient way. It's just a grid pattern. It's not perfect, it's not uniform, but the streets interconnect. And the city is filled with Lorens. Not a teeming throng of population, but a significant one. And as you all walk through, accompanied by guards, some people stop and stare with interest. Other people get shocked looks on their faces and exchange whispers, which, Greta, you make out as people clocking you all as the fun guys. Your legend has made it all the way down to lore. Greta, also specifically, could you make a perception check for me as you all walk? Lip reader.
Are we being escorted by these guards?
Yes.
Through the city?
Two flank you all. So the 5 stay at the gate, but 2 flank you all. Both with pikes and small buckler shields.
23
3 total? 23. That makes
23.
sense. Greta, as you all walk by people, you can read their lips and see that many people are just astounded. Holy crap, it's the fun guys. Yes, Landon?
I had a question about the guards as we're walking, but that's
Okay.
that's just an indication. Let me know.
Absolutely. For sure. And the other thing you put together, Greta, is that the majority of what's getting whispered about here is, like, a lot of people are whispering about, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Let me, somebody talk to each other really quick.
Bro, did you just fart?
No, that was Craig.
Craig
Obviously.
is not here.
Guys,
Craig
we've
is
gotta
with
get a
us,
handle.
just being quiet, except for his farts.
No, the big voice in the sky said he was gone. That was you.
Okay, sorry. I set an alarm on my phone for a certain time on Fridays, and I left it in the bedroom with Hoffa. Oops. So, Greta, part of what you detect from, I'm so gassy this evening, from walking by and seeing all the people talking, a lot of what they're whispering about is like they're whispering Dolgoth's name quite a bit. Oh, Lore knows about you all, but they're real behind, which makes a lot of sense. They're far enough south in the world and detached away that, like, I mean, for the record, what the majority of people in the world know you all for at this point is slaying the wandering death. But also specifically, you get the feeling that information has just made its way to Lore. So they're about 6 or 7 months behind. And you can see how that is both impressing them and perhaps information that has been used to stoke concern about you all here. And
Do we know how Lagath and like Lore feels about the Empire?
you can make a rumors check if you're proficient.
I am proficient. Who do you
Bazz,
think?
what was your question?
I wanted to see if there were any like identifying like markers or decorations or like carvings on the armor of the guards or like
Give
anything
me a perception
that
check.
like.
That's great.
I asked Tello what the primary language is here.
Tello leans over and goes, "Common."
Oh, okay, sick.
I got a 12.
I got
you're
a
not sure,
17.
Greta. Especially
I
hard to
think that's
say
guidance.
what a city so far from the empire would feel.
I was gonna cast guidance, but I didn't. Figured
Yeah,
that
probably
could be bad.
Or actually, probably a good idea. Bazz with a 17. You do pick up the armor's pretty plain, pretty functional, but on everyone's left gauntlet there is a little carving that is not particularly high detail. It's pretty simple, but it looks like an affectation, like something added, not something that the armor was originally made with, and it's just of a small dagger
Oh, interesting.
on the armor. And you can put together this is probably like probably an affectation added by the Count at some point, kind of communicating something about his rule or presence or these guards as his, as a part of, like, not just saying like these aren't just the guards of the city, they're my force.
Got it. And that probably answers what I was looking for. I was also trying to see, like have soldiers have like specific patches or like decorations or themes on their swords.
You're not
like
seeing
on
any
armor.
other. That is literally the
So
only.
that
marker
is
that
the
you
only
have.
thing. Okay, got it. And I was like, okay, if they're
Which
part of it,
could
like his
mean
closest
that
guard, then
Perhaps he does not adorn his guards, or perhaps these individuals are not of a particular rank, or maybe that insignia is an incredibly high rank. But you see that insignia.
I ask which is there a guard? Can
You are being
describe
flanked
the
by a
guards
wood
to
elf,
me?
by a half wood
Okay.
elven woman, and a human man. The man
Okay.
is sort of short, older, a little portly,
Okay.
and that half wood elven woman is pretty young, and a little thin. She looks pretty nervous, and he looks pretty nervous.
I
I
lean
would-
over
Oh, sorry.
to the. Oh, sorry. I lean
Never
over
mind.
to the lady, and I say, I don't know if you guys are escorting us directly to the castle, but we were wondering if we could stop at a store perhaps to get some warmer clothing, if that's possible.
Yeah, she gets a concerned look on her face and looks toward the older man. He flashes a look at her and furrows his brow, and she just says, and he just shakes his head with concern and says, "Ma'am, we are to take you directly to Castle Ogweed. We won't be veering from that course."
Okay. Ro looks at Tello and just kind of eyes wide.
Tello doesn't make any eye contact with you,
Okay.
and you can see that he's a little transfixed on the castle.
Yeah.
He's having trouble moving his eyes. Where his fro poofs up and the snow is falling down, little snowflakes are getting caught in the outer sort of like corona of his fro. And not quite melting because, one, because of how cold it is, and two, because the fro is far enough away from his head that it's basically just picking up snow. It doesn't have enough body heat in it. And so he's getting a little crown of snow up there, and he's just transfixed on the castle. He's almost kind of like marching a little bit. Like, not like a full march, but like he's lost in a thought. Yeah. Bazz, did you have a thing?
Yeah, I was gonna see I was gonna try to do an insight check to see what they looked like when they saw Tello, like if they recognized him or what they thought of him, or like any emotions they had when they saw him with us.
Bazz, yeah. Why don't you give me an insight check? Oh, that's a really cool check to make. This is such a good use of these dice.
19.
Nice. You saw a flash of recognition on their faces. Not a lot more. Some recognition and some surprise, but not a lot else. You get the feeling it's a whole lot like, whoa, him? And like, I wasn't expecting that. And that's about it.
Okay.
And it is indeed, Tello had it pretty well gauged. Maybe a little shorter, given the nervous pace of the guards, but they get you to the castle gates in less than 15, maybe 12. And as you all approach Castle Alguid itself, walking all the way through the city, There is not but a small crowd. Like, no one is following you. No one is daring to follow your path. But plenty of people are like opening doors and stepping out and looking at you all in shock as you pass by, and then closing the doors back behind them. And eventually you all are led to the castle itself. These walls are 30 or 40 feet high. Thick stone carved from the mountain. They have true ramparts atop them with keystone walls and battlements. The wall is pentagonal around the castle, and there are battlement towers at each corner. And there are archers set at those battlements watching you all. As you all approach, you notice that the rampart directly above the section to which you approach, the front-facing wall of the castle, is lined with guards. There's about 10 archers up there, trained on you all. They all have crossbows, and none of them are drawn, but all of them are loaded. And there are like 5 guards awaiting at the base. And as the two approach, there is one individual. He is a shorter fellow. He's Dwarven, a fully different ethnicity than everyone else. And he has a pretty good gash going down over his left eye, kind of down into his cheek. It's long, and it's weird. It's not like a cut from a blade. It's like an indention going down through here. It's a strange mark. He also happens to have some skin discoloration going down his jaw and neck. Just something genetic. And he has just a very short cut beard. Not a big beard, the way almost all dwarves do. And his head is bald. He has heavy cloak on, heavy armor, and he has a very heavy mace with not studs but spikes at his side. And as you all look up, there's a very glower. That was good. He has a very just serious, glowering gaze as he takes you all in. He looks you all up and down quickly, just moves his eyes to the other 2 guards. They just nod and break off from you all.
He was by the door, like by
and Bazz, I will say, I mean, everyone can notice, but especially with your previous check, he has his cuirass, the breastplate of his armor, is just the outline of the chest is just trimmed in silver. That's all. And you get the feeling like that's like a captain or somebody. And as they approach, he just says, "Thank you." Welcome
nods.
to Castle Alquid. We go now to the Count. Please follow me.
Does the scar on his face, does it look recent?
No, looks very old.
Okay.
Very old.
Is it bleeding?
Is it an open wound? Does he need medical attention?
He falls over dead. Is he bloodied? Is he bloodied?
Huge metal doors, huge iron doors just open up. And as you all follow him, I assume?
Yeah.
You're flanked again by guards, but again, not many. He walks ahead of you, 3 behind. And all of these guards remain in the area, but most of them don't come with you. I know. And as you pass into the courtyard of the castle grounds, there's maybe 10 other structures here that are not the castle itself. One looks like a stable for livestock, another like sort of like a grain mill that appears to be producing heat, another smithy, just all the structures and edifices necessary to support the castle itself. And up ahead of you, the castle looms. It is 3 considerable towers, each like 35, 40 feet tall, that are maybe like 30 or 20 feet across. And each of them about 25 feet up has floating walkways, the 3 towers at trinary positions, and like triangulating the central edifice. And this structure is probably like 40 feet tall, to which the walkways lead to doors high up on it. And it's all like worked, very classic castle. It's round, it's circular, all the towers are. And the central one is probably 100, 150 feet in diameter. 250 feet in diameter. Goes up 40 feet. And then at the crown of it, there is like a slightly inset, smaller diameter, maybe 100 feet across, and then another 20 or 30 feet of tower. And this is the central structure. It's crowned with stones at every side, and there are massive doors at the front and guards awaiting. And you can see clearly that you're being walked to this place. The captain looks back over his shoulder and says, You are expected for dinner. Are you in need of any particular good or accommodation?
A coat. Something warm.
One will be provided on your exit if you so request.
Okay. Thank you.
And he just nods to one of the guards who like looks concerned and breaks off, heading towards some sort of building, maybe where they keep coats. And as he walks to these very large arching wooden doors, these two part. As they part, you all are led into a stone-rimmed archway with a keystone through. And in, you find Castle Alguide. You pass by the taller towers, and you head straight to the main structure. Yeah, I think this is the music I'm going to go with. Here you find the castle court. There is a spiral staircase at an end opposite to you that seems to lead up to a second layer. But this is just one very large stone courtroom. Or a court, not courtroom, but as in like the court of the castle. There are high stone walls. This room is probably 18, 20 feet in height, imposing in its size and scale for this place. There is hanging from the ceiling an immense wooden candelabra. Or actually not candelabra, excuse me, an immense wooden chandelier that has iron studge and reinforcement. And on it are probably about 30 or 40 equidistantly spent wax candles, each a light. And around the room, ornate braziers hang. They're supporting pillars at the edges of the room, pretty close to the walls. And it is just an immense stone room. And at one end is a throne. It sits on a dais, and then it is itself elevated. It's like a 2 foot high dais, and then another 6 feet sort of elevate the throne itself, an immense stone chair. And then steps that lead up to it. And it's a fair, lovely, well-worked stone throne. It's empty. Brought into the center of this stone room, which is very clearly the central court of this castle. That is what it is. It has been kind of temporarily converted into a banquet hall, as in the center of the room is a 30-foot-long dining table. Its sides have been lined with chairs. It is thin and long. It's kind of beautiful, pine wood, well stained. Over it is a long, deep purple cloth trimmed with red accents, and all around the room, thin, tall standing candelabras, maybe 6 feet tall, have been filled with candles that are gently dripping red wax onto the floor, and all flickering. They're beautiful, and don't throw. Don't throw. There are high back wooden chairs that have red leather backing in the supports of them themselves and in the seat. 5 that have been set up, 2 at one side, 3 at the other, and they are not equidistantly spread. That would spread this table very far. They are all grouped pretty close to one end of the table, which is the end closest to the throne, maybe 40 or 30 feet from the throne itself. In that chair is a centrally positioned chair at one end of the table, but the other chairs are not positioned far from it, so that talking distance is all very close. There is a lavish spread of foods all across the long table, which itself has multiple candelabras on it. The room has a very warm light. It's honestly quite beautiful. There is a singular minstrel playing a lute at one end of the chamber pretty beautifully. It's pretty gorgeous. Around the room are 30 guards of various ethnicities, all like you've seen, all with pikes, just in a huge circle around the room. All the way from one end of the throne to the door, they just line the space. And they are all armed, and they are all standing at attention, still and waiting, with various expressions on their faces. And sitting at the end of the table, in the hall, is a tall man, clearly humanoid, dark black hair, long and straight. He has a tall, palisadal face with strong features, striking, not not at all unhandsome, but not the sort of tall, strong features that are necessarily like, oh my goodness, gorgeous. Just strong. He could certainly be found handsome to some, to others perhaps off-putting. He has a dark black goatee that also has a thin beard line that goes around his jaw. It's clear that he could grow a much fuller beard, but he keeps it well trimmed at this length. Little shocks of silver in it, and his long black hair has streaks of silver in it as well. He has piercing green eyes, even from across the room. A very strong, pointed nose. He has somewhat olivish skin, a little lighter, and he's dressed in long, deep red robes with light blue accents that are quite beautiful. A couple rings on his fingers. And as you walk into the room, he just gets a very broad, warm smile on his face. And he just gestures to the chairs behind him, or beside him. The other guards who escorted you in leave, close the doors behind you, and the captain figure stands in front of the doors.
Can I say, forgot before we entered or whatever, entered the
room.
The city, that I changed my leather armor into my glamour armor into a nice
absolutely
dress.
You have a gown on. Yeah. Do you all take seats? Oh man, my throat is failing.
I take a
Yeah.
seat.
So you said there's 3 on one side, 2 on the other?
Mm-hmm.
I take one of the ones closest to him on whatever side.
Okay. That's probably not an unimportant clarification. I'm going to draw myself a little diagram here. So, Ogweed is here. Ro is closest on one side. Tello sits furthest from him on the opposite side. So on the side of a 3, he is the furthest away. Where does everyone else sit?
I sit next to Tello.
Okay. Bazz?
I sit probably not as close to him as Ro is. Probably next to Ro. Probably sit next to Ro.
Okay. And then Craig will sit closest. Okay, understood. You all, you go to sit down in the chairs, and some of the guards walk up, pull your chairs out for you. You all sit down. They're scooted in behind you. And in front of you is a gorgeous collection of soups, breads, some fruits. That's pretty hard to do at this time of year. There's well-smoked goose, and it's just a lavish spread. There are fine champagnes in your glasses. And you all have a role-play conversation while I go heat up my tea and hope my voice lasts.
Hey guys, we're having this conversation ex parte.
Yeah, we talk without the count. We're just hold on.
Anything we say here,
we need to discuss.
We are in a liminal space. This conversation is taking place in the back rooms.
Yum.
Yeah.
So, Ro, what's your approach going to be?
I'm going to test the food. What if it's poison? Is my inner monologue.
Good idea.
I hope it at least tastes good.
First.
If someone makes me poisoned food, at least have the decency to make it taste delicious before I die. Right? That's my only request.
Yeah. Ro's going to try. She knows. I think she knows that he's a count, and she's going to try to use a little bit of her charismaticness. She's not gonna be cold, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, she's gonna charm him. She's gonna charm the car.
Yeah, because she knows the alternative is bad. So.
Dear goodness, hope for my voice. That well-practiced voice for the count is going out the window, and we're gonna get what we get.
That's okay. That's okay. No worries at all.
You got issues.
Are you okay to keep going? We can pause it.
Yeah.
Zach,
I am not missing this for the world. Too many months.
Well, we wouldn't do it.
You all sit down in the chairs next to you. That was good. You all sit down in the chairs, and the count gets a wide smile over his face, temples his fingers, and says, "I am so very glad that you all could make it. Welcome to Castle Allgweed. How was your travel?"
Looks to the rest of the party.
It was good. It was nice to see the gaff again.
Yes. I imagine it was for you all, wasn't it? You were fond of that place.
Abby.
I don't make that face.
He picks up his silvered fork and knife, and servants are coming up and, like, placing out your place settings and divvying up portions for you, and he just starts calmly and quietly eating. And he just quietly eats his meal for a couple minutes.
Ro
The servants leave the room.
gives them a warmish smile, like, you know, like she's using that bard charm that she doesn't use very often.
Ro, as you smile up at him, when he's like not even looking at you, you smile at him, and as you smile, his eyes just flash up at you, and he gives you a smile back. It's just like, it's
Okay.
like confident and a little sinister all at the same time. It's more than like something creepy. It's not trying to impress you at all. It is very certain of itself and very genuinely pleased, very confident. And Greta, with your incredibly high passive perception, Ro would be able to see as well, but her back is to the figure. The minstrel on the other side of the room, who is playing quite well, her forehead is beaded with sweat. And both Ro and Greta can pick up from all across the room. There's a pretty 40-60 mix in this room of guards who look very determined in the 40, and the 60 guards who look real nervous, who are keeping it together. And the Count just eats quietly for a little bit. And
When Ro looks up at him to smile at him, she gestures to all the guards in the room, and she kind of says, like, almost trying to be like playful, like she's turning on the charm.
Just roll that play. Just roll that play.
Crap, what was I gonna say?
I don't know, man.
Hold on, give me a second. Just 1 second.
I named this session right.
While the guards.
Agreed.
I'm trying to jog your memory.
She says, so I guess our reputation precedes you, or were you just worried about us?
I've badly inconvenienced you all. I've asked you all the way out here on such a clear thread. In such a short time frame. Who would I be? What would this be? He takes a quick bite of sort of like glistening goose, chews it, swallows it very politely, very well-mannered. He says, if I were to waste your time coming all the way out here. No, I promise. This will be eventful. Please, take your time. I prepared this dinner for you. I wish you to be fully fed. Eat, relax, then we will speak. If you wish to speak now, I am perfectly game. But please, it's a hard journey up here. Eat. He continues to eat and drink.
I pick
He's
at
very
this
calm.
food, but Greta
Okay.
doesn't eat anything.
He doesn't react to it.
Bazz eats.
He's not
What is-
pretending.
Pause. Freaking good, dude. I'm not saying you've never had better of any of these, but it is excellent. Whoever his chefs and kitchen servants are, they're working hard. His kitchen staff.
Like Bazz eats. He
You can
tastes
feel the
good.
fear in the food.
The fear.
It was-
I can taste the fear.
Like
Is that
some
the
food is
secret
made with
recipe?
love. This food was made with fear.
Oh man, why does it taste so good?
I think
That's the fear.
I think Ro eats as well, but she's very tentative. Like she eats very slowly,
just- It's hard to combat the knot in your stomach. After everyone, and he really does.
What
he just
is-
lets everyone eat.
I look at Tello. What is where's
Tello
Tello
is eating.
looking right now?
Tello is eating. He is studying the candelabra in front of him very carefully. You can notice that there is a very slight tremor in his hand as it handles his fork, and he has a very thin line of perspiration on his forehead. You also notice he continues to make like subconscious peripheral glances toward Greta. And there's no insight check here. You just know him well enough that like he's just trying not to like fry And so he's just kind of reminding himself, like, Gretta's there. Gretta's there. Gretta's there. He's going through it.
As soon as Greta sees Tello eats, she also eats.
Okay. He smiles, looking up at you, Gretta, and he says, Miss Smallstar, are you archpriest now? What is the proper terminology? I don't want to be disrespectful. Curator.
She knows.
Curator Smallstar. Please. I promise. I did not ask you all the way out here to poison you. Enjoy your food. I'm going to hurt you all. This will be horrid. But your dinner will be excellent. Today, he leans back in his chair and against the back of the seat, very quietly, little noise at all to it, and he just says, today we will enjoy some of the finest, some of the most excellent cuisines and flavors that life can ever offer. They will be bitter. They will have a savory tone that we will remember for a very long time. The sweetness of revenge, the sanguine delicacies of a bloodied hate. We will enjoy. We will drink of life deeply today. I mean for your dinner to be delicious. I mean for our dealings with each other to be a sharp flavor. Enjoy your food. I've clearly positioned myself favorably here. So allow me to be polite. Please, your questions first. And he leans back and takes a little sip of his wine. Puts it down.
Ro takes a big sip. Did you say we had champagne or wine?
Oh, wine and champagne.
Oh.
They're flutes of
Ro takes she drinks half the glass of the champagne.
It's quite
and
fun.
She asks, she looks up from eating and she says, you said there were other guests.
Yes, there are.
Not to be joining us for dinner?
Not for dinner, no. Perhaps for dessert. Sweet things as well.
Goes back to eating.
No questions. You've all come so far. I have so much here. If you all wish to play this coolly, cold, I can't say that I don't respect it or that I don't understand. But I'm just going to be honest, a bit vulnerable. I was hoping for more. But up to you all. I'll enjoy myself either way.
Were you upset when we didn't open the box?
Yes, of course. Do you think that's a small amount of effort? Yes, very upset. Very upset. You can imagine my additional frustrations when you not only did not open the present I so painstakingly wrapped for you, but also when you went jewelry shopping and closed up my eye. It took quite some time to work my way around it. Now, I believe life is something that we learn from. And that from which we learn must teach us the most valuable things we may use. So, yes, I was very upset. I had a first plan for you all. I had no care for you. And then you became important. So I developed a plan. And he just gestures to Tello, who just kind of fully freezes for a second as the Count raises a hand toward him. And that plan fell through. So then I developed another, your gift. And that plan fell through. But that is when you all became truly important to me. And then we came to this place, and on this, I'm cracking my neck. He's not doing that. On this side of it all, Rowena, I don't regret anything. I think it's all going to be worth it. Thank you for asking.
You know so much about all of us. Why don't you indulge us and tell us a little bit about yourself? Maybe about...
What would you like to know, Rowena?
your magic.
What about it?
You tell me.
I'm an arcane caster. Well studied, well educated. Long time to work on it. My disciplines are... I'm a mage of illusion and divination. I imagine you could have put that together. My work in your box. My spying on you all. And he looks at Bazz real quickly.
Bazz's
Years and years ago. Okay. Years and years ago, your little scry would have gotten right by me. These are my practices, my focuses. Of course, and he kind of smiles at Craig, I know a bit of the practical. I can put a good char on something, but my focus is mainly in magics that support a more grand perspective. I'm a mage, an arcane mage, a wizard. Imagine you all are well practiced enough, you understand that. Tied tongues? Gretta, nothing to say. Bazz, you nothing else. This is the fun, guys. From what I've heard, you sent one of Delgoth's lieutenants running all the way back to the capsule, saying, fear the fun, guys. And this is all you have for me.
I think
Gretta
Dolgoth
makes
was pretty
me-
forward on what he was trying to do.
That's
It
true.
made it a little bit easy to respond to, but I think if you want us to talk a little bit more, you kind of have to put it in terms that we both can understand.
You did call us
That's
here.
fair, Bazz. Certainly. Well, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed, but I would bet a few coin you'll have more to say to me later. Or perhaps not. Maybe we'll all speak with our actions. So, fun guys. Do you want anything? I'll announce my terms. Any requests, any thoughts? I'm being fair. Here's your chance, here's your opportunity.
I look at
And he
Rogue.
gets a liveliness to his tone. He seems to be filled with an energy. Perks up, sits in his chair.
Can I?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's just me, player Jackie, not
Mhm.
quite understanding, or maybe can I do like an insight check? Like when he says, "What do you want?" Does he mean like is he trying to make a deal, or is he like saying before we
You
get
have-
into it? Is there something?
No idea.
Okay.
He's as vague as he is.
Okay, so I'm not like missing something.
Well, fun
like
guys.
he's being vague. Okay.
To business. I've enjoyed dinner. I'll spoil myself with dessert. I am going to hurt you all. And I'm going to hurt you all because you hurt me. Now, as I said, I'm a man who respects a deal. He looks at you pointedly, Bazz, and he says, I honor a contract. Some of what I love about you, Druid. I made an accord with you. I said that you could join me. As I said, there will be guests for dessert, but for now, I said that you all could join me for dinner, your loved ones can. Because you all have come, and you came, in my time frame. I'd expect nothing less. I will honor my end. Ro, your orphans will all sleep tonight. Their soups will be untouched.
She gives him a
The sparrows
sly smile.
will sleep well. Or not. Who knows what ire you've earned them from the Empire. Gretta, Spaguba's father, will know another day in his meaningless, tiny little life. Today is about you all. And me. Us. I'm going to hurt you all because I hate you all. And I'm going to hurt you all because I hate you all, because you hurt me. And that's not easy. That's not easy to do. Not because I'm so amazing or so particular, but because clearly I work to remove myself. And it was not careful planning that brought you to me. It was insipid luck. Isn't that the way of it? I think you all know that you stole from me. That is when I became aware of you. You took my knife. You've learned, as I've learned, you've learned since that was intended for the Countess. Arranging that work was a labor of years. And that was derailed. I can still accomplish that task. But it will take a good time longer now. And I'm patient. But you get tired of being patient, don't you? Then, I sent a tool for you all. I don't like being stolen from. But what you took was rightfully mine. And Telos sort of like flinches a little bit and twitches. He says, I have labored hard for what I possess. But that's the thing. I'm a patient man. And what I've lost, I tend to regain. One way or another. And he just gets a pointed look at Tello, who just sweat starts dripping down his forehead. And he's sitting up straight. He can't finish his food or his drink anymore. He's just sitting there stock still. He looks back to you all. All of these things were annoying, upsetting. You found my box, Ro. That was obnoxious as well.
We've been called less. Or more.
You vapid, stupid wench. You have no idea how I feel about you. But I will make myself much clearer than words. Please, you came all this way to fall silent, you empty, mewling quim.
Greta laughs when, like stifles a giggle when he says all this way again.
Absolutely. You watch as one of the guards across the room, one of the younger men in the room, like twists his pike a little bit and looks like he's halfway on the verge of tears when you laugh. And Alguid continues and says, but the real problem is that idiocy is what has guided you all the way to my doorstep. You have become my foremost thorn simply because you were the right tool for the right people at the right time. So, do me this one favor. Why doesn't everyone here guess how I'm going to cut your hearts out? And I mean it as a metaphor. How am I going to make you all bleed? Rowena, you are a near witless, bleeding heart, an ardent fool who will worship whichever deity tells you that you're pretty and special. Don't you have any cutting remark? Anything? I hate a meal with no flavor. You empty-headed, banal dullard. Don't you have anything for me? A cutting word? There's a slight squeak
Bazz is
of metal
looking
as
at
Craig
Ro.
bends his fork under his thumb.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like Micah would have words right now.
Yeah. I wish she was here.
A real bummer she's not here.
I feel
Ro,
like he's goading us. I feel like the
yeah.
thing we can.
Ro-
Anyway, you guys are in scene.
Rose sets down. Yeah, Rose sets down her fork and kind of goes. I don't know. This is kind of boring.
There you go. Loose the tongue, Bard. Where's the blade?
Well, I mean, I've been called a lot worse. And nothing you're saying is really making me that angry, so you might need to try a little harder.
Good. Good.
And she just smiles at him.
He smiles back, not like a goading arrogance, but like there's a fervor, a joy in his eyes, and he says, "Good. I want the words to sour in your mouth later."
Mm.
Greta?
It really was a terribly arduous journey. I can't tell you how many hours we spent on the road, but this is such a beautiful hall. I deeply appreciate you hosting us.
The beautiful part is that at the end of today, Walter's blood will be the least on your hands. You're going to paint the walls.
Dion's.
Frederick,
Wait,
No,
what?
my name's Bazz.
if any of these fine individuals lay a finger upon me, what is your consequence? And a young,
Who's
freckled
we
man
see-
from across the room pipes up and says,
Okay.
"I will not live." So, and he smiles and he says, "Yes. But Frederick, if any of them survive this dinner, what will happen to your children?" And he just like takes a hard swallow, furrows his brow and says, "It's a long way down the cliff, my lord." And the Count smiles and he says, "Yes, yes. Ro, I want you to know that they would not be able to fill the orphanage with the children that you will put at the bottom of this cliff. I just want you to know that. And every night, as you try to sleep, I just want you to tell yourself, this is all I want. As you remember my boring, boring memory. Wouldn't your mother be proud of who you are? Of the lineage she passed to you? Bazz? Anything sharp? You're the only one here with half a brain.
Oh, thank you.
You are, you're smart. I've looked forward to you for quite some time.
I mean, I think, I assume I know where dinner's going, but before it gets there, man, I am sorry that we took that knife. And let me finish the thought, because I promise I'm not trying to delay her.
Please,
but,
Please.
I'm sure you know what the knife does. and I actually stumbled upon it chasing somebody that had stolen something from me that was precious to me.
Beautiful.
So I understand how you feel, and I'm genuinely sorry. I don't think that changes anything tonight, but I hope that no matter what happens, that you probably will carve our hearts out or kill us. I hope it is satisfactory, no matter what.
Bazz, could you roll me a charisma check of your choice?
Yeah.
What do you want it to be?
Man, charisma check of my choice.
Aren't you good at persuasion?
Yeah, my best is a +11, which is
Well,
persuasion.
know that this isn't a DC. There's no branch tree here. I want you in roleplay to make whichever choice you feel is most appropriate to try and just affect them.
I think it'd probably be persuasion.
Okay.
I don't know if empathy was a check. I feel like it would be that one, but
If
that's
empathy was
not.
a check. I'm writing
That's
that
not
down.
the heart of the people who made this game.
that is a 25.
You watch for just a second, Bazz, as his smile just flickers a moment. Just for a moment, rolls over into a frustration and then moves back to a smile. He says, "Thank you, Bazz. I will." Bazz, all I'll say to you is that I hate you. But I hate you as my equal. Your breed is rare. I have had, I don't know, and he looks at you, Ro, how many Rowaners at my table? They are a dime a dozen in an age. But you, he looks back to Bazz, you only come around every once in a while. He looks again at Ro. I get tired of playing Beggar's Hope with folks. Back to Bazz. It's nice to play some chess. Craig. He turns to Craig really quickly. There's no work you'll ever do that will repair the distance between you and your wife, certainly, but you and your son, never. Because it's not about what you've done. It's about who you are. And who you are is an example that could only ever disappoint him. You simple, stupid failure.
You know, it really is.
Please continue, Jackie.
What Abby wrote in the chat. Hold on.
It's tough. Now you're in my shoes. Welcome to
Yeah. Okay, so look. You know, it really is quite pathetic how obsessed you are with 5 people that you deem so lowly.
Rowena, you have no idea. I think of you. I dream of you. Today it will
Lots
not be
of
apparent,
people do.
but tomorrow you will know, and the day after, and the day after, just how much I hate you. You think I'm here to make you feel small. No, Rowena, this is my love letter to you. Obsessed. I'm enthralled. I can't stop thinking of you all. If love and hate were 2 sides of a knife, this would be my passion. You have no idea how much I love to hate you. But it will become clearer and clearer and clearer. I'm not better than you. I'm here for you. You resonant, empty gong. Everything you have ever said were made hollow just by the passage of time. Please, Ro, no more empty, insults. Say something from your heart, I beg of you. You generational disappointment. And he's just fixed on you. He's panting in his place. He's losing, like, his cool. Well, Rowena.
I've had stalkers that were better poets than you. And she blows him a kiss. She goes,
I'm going to pull your heart from your chest, and you think you know what that feels like. Because you sat in the dark, longing for a mother. But you've no idea. Because a loss of what you've never had is no loss at all. And he looks to
He's going to
Gretta.
marry someone named Sirloin Crotch, so I don't know. That's.
He looks to Gretta, kind of transfixed, and he says, "You're the only one here who knows that feeling. However long Master Dudley lives, he will live in the delusion that he's never lost it, when he already has. Rowena is too far, too simply stupid to know that she's never felt it. Bazz, you live in the constant terror of losing it, but you, Gretta, you've known that feeling. And the only thing left that you fear is going back to that dark forest. I'm here to make it clear that what you have enjoyed this last year has been a brief delusion that you ever left."
Have you lost it? Have you been in the dark forest?
Again and again.
We can't hear you,
Abby, that
I'm
didn't
sorry.
pick up.
What put you there?
Position. I don't need you to understand. It has nothing to do with our relationship. You're
Hello.
still inaudible.
Okay.
There
If
you
we,
go.
Okay.
if
We
we,
have to
Please.
pick up Abby first.
what if we have a quick agreement that if we get you monologue, we promise not to take advantage of it, if we're just curious.
Yeah,
What did you
please. We're
say?
here to listen.
what did you say, Landon? Boss?
I said, what
Landon
if we have an
boss?
agreement that if we get you monologue, we promise not to take advantage of it, if we're just curious.
The only
I don't want to
reason-
be so vain as to imagine that we put you into the forest. So I would love
No,
to.
no. You might. You might by the end of today. You might take me back to that dark place. And then
Although
I'll-
all of this for just because someone stole a little toy of yours?
No. No, you don't understand now. But you will. That's the good part, Ro. Isn't dinner disappointing? Like I said, it's dessert. At the end, all of this will make sense. Every last word I've said. All of the things that taste so good in your mouth right now are going to sour and spoil later.
I feel like the biggest mistake we made when we fought Dolgoth is that he never got a chance to say anything, and I felt like he wanted to so badly, and I wish I could have heard it, and so I'm all
Obviously have a
ears.
story.
I'm very curious.
have-
I'd love to hear.
That's the best part, Bazz. Now we're done. And he pushes his plate slightly away from himself and he says, Now I really tell you. It will start small, and it will grow. And everything I say from here, I say without words. So Craig, Ro, Bazz, and he sits up in his chair, and he just pulls the lapels of his cloak back a little bit so that his chest is slightly exposed, and he says, Say something first. Say something without words first. Strike me. I'm going to strike you. First go. Go ahead. Remember, take too long. And I'll go first. This is it, your first word. Have at it. And he smiles just half manically.
I'm not here to hurt you.
You will be. It's okay. Decline.
What were the... Just because all is fair and...
Excellent.
War.
And he nods to one of the guards at the side of the room.
What?
And that guard like closes their eyes and winces, and he just shouts in common, now. And from upstairs, you just hear a hot, wet, slick sound, like a, and you just hear someone go, and then there's a thud on the floor, and he says, "That was your wine taster." And he puts his palms on the table face up and he says, "Please, someone say something." Say something without words. Get it started. I'm hungry for dessert. Stable girl's next. No? He looks to the guard. The guard sighs again. And he's like, his lip is quivering. He's like not quite ready to speak. And the captain, just like where he won't speak, gets a frustrated look, nods to the count and shouts, "Now!" And there's again a sound from upstairs. And you don't hear a sound this time. Like there's no like vocal following, but there's a heavy thud as from the spiral staircase, a body just rolls off the edge of the staircase and smashes to the floor. And it's like a early 20s woman with a deep red gash in her chest, blood spilling everywhere. One of her limbs broke when she hit the bottom of the floor, and he says, "Please, I'm waiting."
You said if we touch you, though, Frederick, she gestures to Frederick, dies.
Yes. It's your better outcome.
We really like Frederick, so we'd prefer him to be live.
That's fine. That's fine. I have an entire castle's worth of staff, and they're replaceable.
With all due respect, blood that you spill is this. I'm failing to understand how this blood is on our hands. I'm not upset for this loss, or I am upset over these losses, but...
Do you know what all the homes in Trolloc are made of? Their roofs are thatch. Fire arrows are phenomenal. Strike me, or it's the homes next.
Jaci figured out. Jaci posted in the chat. Zach figured out how to do the trolley problem in D&D.
Also, I just want to interject really quickly, guys. Yeah. I'm so sorry. I promise this is one of the most awful things I'll ever do. I won't get darker than this.
Oh, I love it.
Okay, continuing, and he just smiles and he says,
"What was it that he said last?"
He says, "You have 2 more servants, and then the houses start to burn. It's a lot of kids. But don't worry, the blood will be on my hand. So, anyone want to strike?"
Ro looks at Bazz and Gretta.
Tello's eyes are fully shut and tears are like kind of moving down his nose, and he's just put his hands underneath the table. Gretta, you can see next to you, his hands are on the hilts of blades, but he's clearly waiting for you all.
Ro looks to Bazz and Gretta. And
he like holds up a hand to the captain, but waits with bated breath.
And takes a deep breath, and then...
Okay, well,
grabs her loot.
Wait.
Wait, I'm gonna...
Okay.
Jaci, are you doing something? Because you have the right to do that.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna cast
Somebody.
She's
Zone
gonna
of
cast.
Truth on.
Excellent.
just
That's
in
happening
the-
as Ro does what? No, Ro, you were doing something. Don't let someone stop you.
She takes her loot around, and I mean, does
Hold on. Let me
Gretta
be fair.
do it simultaneously? Like,
If you saw
yeah.
Greta starting to spellcast, you might be able to stop. I don't want to
Okay.
railroad you. So you start to pull around your route. You loot. You watch as the smile broadens on his face. Greta, what do you do? More decidedly, more quickly.
I say something. I start to like as I speak words in like many of the different tongues that I know come out of my mouth. And it's like switching between all of the languages, and I imagine is he a human?
He appears to be.
Okay. I like am cycling through what Greta's actually thinking about him. She's like talking about how blah blah blah, and so like in all of the different languages she knows, like mixed in with the incantations of the spell, she's like telling the truth about how she feels about him.
That's cool.
And just
That's sick,
rubbing like her face like
Temple.
this.
Yeah.
And it like a 15-foot radius, so basically the whole
Excellent.
room. And everybody has to make a charisma saving throw.
You like speak those tongues, and as the green flourishes, it's like illusory script of like truths rise up around him and surround him. And as they do, he just sort of smiles, and it looks like for some reason it's not having a lot of effect on him. And he just continues and he says, "Is that it?" And he raises his finger a little higher. No one else?
So that's all it.
It appears not to have affected him in any way.
It appears not to have affected him in any way.
Our
Here's not
zone
to
of
affect-
truth says that you know if they fail or succeed their throw.
That's
Greta,
true.
You can tell that it has had no effect.
Yeah, he didn't even roll the throw. He didn't even.
It seems like it didn't. Yeah, it seems like there was no resistance of the magic. It seems like the magic didn't take hold. Finger.
So when Ro sees that it didn't do anything, like when she looks to Greta and looks back to him, she. Oh God, I don't know if this is a horrible decision.
Choice, Jaci, or I'll move on.
Yeah. Okay. She takes.
Sorry, I hope that wasn't mean.
No, it wasn't mean. You're fine. She takes Song Splitter.
Okay.
And she strums a chord, and she casts. Hold on. Sorry. Let me get the spell so I can mark it off. She casts "Cry the Old Song" directly at his. It goes directly into his chest is where she's aiming, even though that's not exactly how the spell works, but
I don't care. Describe it for me.
She just strums a couple notes, and as she does it, she kind of just sings a few notes in that old song tongue, kind of like how Greta did, where it's like the different maker tongue, like the weird multiple voices. And as she does it, it says to enemy people, but I think Ro would, and let me know if this is allowed, but I don't think Ro would count, because it's creatures within a 60-foot radius sphere that are enemies. I don't think she would count any of the...
You can fully determine that. You don't count the cards,
she is just counting him as it. She's not counting the rest of the people as
roll the temp HP that your allies take.
Oh, yeah. Also gain 3d8 temporary hit points.
So go ahead and roll that. I promise we're about to wrap up, folks.
So you guys get... Oh, nice.
Thank you guys for going very late on this one.
You guys gain an extra 12 hit points.
Okay. Guys, add on your 12
Temporary hit
temporary hit
points.
points. Ro, as you stand up from your chair, whip Song Splitter apart or around and go and then just like let out that incredible note that pierces everything. You watch as all the guards in the room like lower their weapons at you all and look concerned, like startled, and the count is like pushed back into his chair, and you watch him sort of like wince.
Crap.
And the dead woman at the side of the stairs just disappears. Her illusion melted, and he says, "Don't worry, the arrows are real." And he just melts from the chair. His illusion faded. And I need all of you all to roll initiative as all the guards in the room pull out their swords and begin walking toward you. And this will be the last thing we do in this session.
Ooh, dang.
Roll
I knew
initiative.
he was trying to goad us. That's why I wasn't going to attack him. These are our biggest attacks right there. Oh, let's see. I got an
18.
Oh, I'm going to use my per DM. That's a D4, right?
Yes.
Oh, I'm gonna use my 2.
I rolled...
And go ahead and roll for Tello. We'll get Craig next time.
I rolled an 18.
Okay. I got a dirty 20.
Also got a dirty
Great
20.
initiative. Wow, guys, good initiatives.
So what does that
Wait,
mean
so
if we
what's
both
your
rolled the
dex,
same
Ro?
thing?
It's
Plus
whoever has the
1.
higher dex. I have a 2. What's your
Okay.
dexterity, Ro?
Plus 1.
Oh, sorry, you already said that.
So you're ahead.
What's
Tello
it gonna
got
get?
a
that
nat
was-
How often can you do
For a
Cry the Old
24.
Song, Jackie?
Crap. Tello got a nat 20.
I can do it
Yeah.
one more time, but then I wouldn't be able to teleport. So that was a really dumb move of me.
What's his total again? Abby, I'm
24.
sorry.
I have a lot of other spells. Though.
Okay.
Why didn't I?
And okay, 24. I just wrote 24 for Craig. That's not correct.
No, give Craig a 24.
And the soldiers get. Okay. Understood. We will pick back up with that next time. That is going to be the end of episode 149, Dinner with the Devil. Guys. Oh, on the verge of throwing up the whole time. Not because of my throat, from the stress. I hate him.
Zach, you deserved all that gassiness.
I did.
Can I just say before to the listeners and to y'all, I'm very angry at myself because I literally was reading a book the other day, where the exact thing happened. Someone was using illusory magic to pretend that they were there and goading the protagonist into blasting all their magic at them, and then they vaporized away. And
Wow,
I literally fell for the thing that I thought, well, that's so stupid that they did that in the book.
Man, what
So-
freaking would do that?
So I just want to say that,
Jackie, I'll admire your
Yeah.
honesty my whole life.
yeah.
Oh, guys. Okay.
It's like
I need to get this out of the way. 0.03 XP. Nobody fought anybody, but no, excuse me. 0.05. I gave 0.02 for the shop stuff that Bazz did, which was awesome. Let's all transport ourselves back to that magical part of the session where everything was so positive.
I'm so
What?
confused.
Shake
I
his
just wanna say-
hand.
We're gonna stop here in a second. I just want to say really quickly that I'm so sorry. I hate him so much, and I feel so icky and gross when I play him. And if I genuinely hurt anyone's feelings, please let me know. But
You did not.
I'm like genuinely confused.
He's one of those. He's one of those characters I
not
play. That when I
understand.
play him, the whole time my heart is going bum 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 bum, and I feel queasy to my stomach.
Oh, I love to hate him.
Thank you
He's
for all
great.
your patience and mercy.
No, Jackie,
I
you'll
hate
be just like him. He loves to hate us. I'm genuinely so confused.
On that
about
note, listener,
what the stakes are.
if you guys
By the
have
way,
the
we're at 13.905.
13.905,
Holy
pretty big deal.
crap.
I'm so close.
Oh, I'm so dumb.
Listener,
I hate myself.
life is an incredible adventure. You're an important part of it. Holy crap, are we in for a session next time?
Oh.
Skibbity wobbin' dada.